This is what's just happened. The bill has passed. They just passed the controversial surveillance bill that has reauthorized FISA Section 702. So you just saw that vote gavelled to a close and being announced there in the House. Let's listen.
And for other purposes. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill? Members will record their vote by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
All right, and the business continues there on the House floor. I'm going to bring in Manu Raju for the latest on this. Manu, tell us about how this all shook out.
Well, this was a mad scramble today after the president tweeted this morning raising concerns about a bill that his administration supports. Republican leaders behind the scenes tried to make sure that they had enough votes that their caucus would not rebel in any way after that vote. The speaker himself spoke to President Trump after that first tweet in which he criticized the bill. And then Ryan, of course, who supports the underlying bill that just passed the House, seems to have convinced the president to send out an additional tweet saying that they should vote for this bill. And as a result, one reason why this bill passed rather comfortably was because of that second tweet. I caught up with the House Majority Leader, Kevin McCarthy, right before the vote, and he said, I asked him if he was concerned about this first tweet. Did it create any problems? He said, well, there were two tweets, and that was helpful to resolve some of those concerns from the right. Now, this came after an effort of a pretty significant lobbying effort by the administration officials to make sure that there were a separate amendment by civil libertarians did not get added onto the bill, an amendment that would provide additional safeguards on this warrantless surveillance program. They believed it would have essentially ended this effort to surveil as part of this FISA legislation. So they successfully killed that amendment, and they passed this bill rather comfortably through the House. John Kelly, the chief of staff, Brianna, was here in the House on the floor talking to members, making sure it got through. And our colleague Kristen Wilson actually caught up with the chief of staff, asked him if this was created any problems for getting these tweets created any problems, and he said it's not a problem, but it's a juggling act. His exact words that it's a, quote, juggling act in dealing with these tweets, but he says not a problem, but clearly a lot to juggle for the Republican leaders after that first tweet. They got this bill through, but not after some drama this morning, Brianna.
Certainly, and it will look like at first glance, Manu, that you are broadcasting from a calculus classroom. It does, but I should tell our viewers that those are reporters who are waiting for House Speaker Paul Ryan. This is the room where you go every week in the Capitol Visitor Center to await his press conference. Tell us a little bit about what we may expect to hear from the House Speaker today.
Well, undoubtedly, he will be asked about exactly how he was able to convince the president to send out that second tweet and his reaction to that first tweet from this morning, any problems that created with this vote. But in addition to that, the questions about government funding, the January 19th deadline coming right around the corner, and immigration too. How are they going to deal with the issue of those people who came into the country illegally at a young age, the DACA program, and whether or not they will include any immigration proposals in that bill to keep the government open. They, of course, reached, it's been a rather difficult negotiating process to get an agreement on both sides. Where does Ryan stand on that right now? As well as a number of tweets that were sent out by the president earlier this week questioning the Russia investigation. Of course, we know there's a Russia investigation in the House that's had its own issues as well. So undoubtedly, he'll be fielding questions on a range of issues today. We'll see what he has to say.